everyone, so today I'm doing a video that I think was requested by Make You Up, I think it was, and yeah, so this is my MAC palette, kind of a tour of my MAC palette, so it shouldn't be a very long video, but I just kind of show you and swatch for you and describe the colours that I have from MAC, because MAC's quite a popular brand and their eyeshadows are probably one of their best products. First, I'd like to show you the love of my life. This is my beautiful pussycat. And she's called Cassie, and she's not happy that I picked her up because she was chilling on the floor, weren't you, puss? Anyway, she's huge and so heavy. She's like, poof. So what I'll do is I'll do it all up close, so you won't really see much of my face after this. Poor you. How big is this? It's like a bowl. I'm having a bowl of coffee. So tasty. So I have a quad and I also have a 15 eyeshadow palette. I recently bought magnets to go on the back of my eyeshadows so that they didn't fall out, thank God. And I basically put them behind the kind of cover that I had on there already, so they're behind there. So potentially, yeah, they don't fall out. My quad. They're quite colourful colours and colours that I don't really know how to put them in my 15 palette, but I should have another 15 palette probably in like 4 weeks or so. And then in this palette it's a really nice kind of neutrals with a bit of purpley craziness on the other side. So basically I have lots of kind of lid colours across here. These 6 colours, and that one actually. These 7 colours are great lid colours. And then here are 2 kind of purpley colours, and then there's a couple that I don't use very much that I'll tell you about. A black, and then some really nice neutrals around here, and then in this palette I do use these colours, well, not the pink so much, but the green and the club I do use, but I don't think they really fit in here, and when I get another palette I'll make sure they do fit in. So I keep these in here, and I don't really like having them in pans because it's so expensive and they don't really have anywhere to go, so I don't want to buy any more without having another palette, if that makes sense. So now I'll get into it and show you what I have. So the first colour in the whole of my palette, please excuse my nails, I know they've chipped off. This colour is called Phloof, and I don't know what formula it is because it doesn't tell me. But I could look it up for you, but not right now. And it's probably a satin or something, they usually are. No, I think this is a frost, sorry. And this is the most gorgeous highlight I think there ever was. I have 2 highlights, I also have Shroom, but this definitely defeats it. And I'm just going to swatch them for you here so you can see the pigmentation. You can see that's really pigmented. And then if I put it there, you can see the sheen that it gives, and it's just absolutely stunning. I use it nearly every day because it gives such a beautiful brow highlight. Next colour is Shroom, and this is a satin, and it's very similar to Phloof if I just compare it for you. Because lots of the colours do look very similar in the pan, but they react so different when you swatch them. The only thing is I keep getting my nails in the colours. So this one's Phloof, and this one's Shroom, and you can see Phloof is a lot more frosty. That's why I prefer it. And Shroom I find is really difficult to get pigmentation from, so I wouldn't have bought this if I knew about Phloof. So yeah, Shroom, like, you have to rub, so you can hardly see anything, you have to keep going and going and going, and even then, like, there's nothing on my finger. If I swatch it for you, Phloof has kind of disappeared, but it gives a real slight, there you go, you can see a slight shimmer, but it's nothing. I guess if you want to do a really natural look where it basically looks like you're not wearing makeup, you're just very nice and highlighted, then go for this colour, but personally I don't recommend this one. Next colour is Brule, and this is a satin. And I've got to say, I just don't think I get it. I don't think I get what Brule should do, what it's supposed to be used for. Like, Tiffany D always uses it for blending out colours, and I don't get it. What's it for? I use it if I want like a completely neutral lid to look natural. So I want to wear liner, I can't just put it on because it smudges all over my face. So I'll just put like a primer on and then Brule, and it just looks like my skin. But I just feel like, you know, what is the point? I don't get it. It's pigmented and everything, and but it's just a skin colour. Like, you can't see that I've swatched that. I know all the makeup artists use it. Oh my god, I nearly dropped it in my coffee. Okay, I'm moving my coffee. I know all the makeup artists use it and everything, but I just do not get this colour. Someone explain it to me, please. Look, this fell off when I was panning it. Never mind. This is Yoghurt and this is a matte. So this is like a light creamy pink. And Brule you could use on the lid. You could use it as a highlight, but I do not get the highlight thing. If you've got light skin, it's not a highlight. Yoghurt is a weird one as well. My brother bought it for me for Christmas with 3 different colours, and I don't really get what it's for either. It's a light pink, so you can, well no, I say that. You can use it for a really light natural highlight. You can't see it, but because it's so light. And I guess you can use it all over the lid, kind of like in the inner corner if you just want a nice pink look that isn't too shimmery, but it's not a colour I'm crazy about. Like I wouldn't have bought it myself, but I'm glad to have it, definitely. I'm not unappreciative of it. This is one of the first colours I bought and the most used as well. Can you see that it's kind of got a nice big dent in it? It's kind of like a crater. This is Naked Lunch and this is a Frost. The first 2 colours I bought were both Frosts, and I love this colour. I always will love it. It's not a highlight for me, it's far too dark for that, even though it's not dark at all, but it's this one here. And it's a lovely shimmery light pink. I adore this colour actually. Like I said, it's one of my favourite ones. It's the first one I bought, and you can see it's very shimmery and beautiful, but it's also very light pink, and it basically goes well with any look. You can blend anything into the crease when using this colour. That's why there's so much of it gone. And I think a dupe of it in a more coppery tone rather than so pinky is All That Glitters. I think it looks a bit different on camera, but for me they're almost exactly the same. It's just All That Glitters is a little bit coppery, and I love them both really. All That Glitters is quite new, that's why it's hardly used up, but it's just a very coppery colour, so it's great in the lid for, there you go, you can see it there. It's great in the lid for kind of brown colours, because you can use Naked Lunch, but the pink kind of doesn't work as well as this does. So this is brilliant. I love this colour, and I don't know what formula this is either. I guess I can hazard a guess. I don't think it's a Frost. Lots of them are satins, but then lots of them are random ones like velvets. Okay, and then this is another lid colour. This is a very recent purchase, and this is Arena. And I love this colour for the lid because it's not so sparkly as the other ones, because the other ones are very shimmery. And if I don't want such a shimmery look, but I do want kind of a neutral eye, I go for Arena every time because it's a lovely peachy colour. Let me just get some on my skin. It's a lovely peachy colour that provides a really nice lid colour when you're trying to do a neutral eye, but you don't want it too shimmery, and this colour's perfect. It's so like simple and plain, and I have a feeling that it would look really beautiful on dark skin all over the lid. I feel like it probably is a dark skinned eyeshadow. I don't know why. I just think it would work better. Look what I just did to it. This is Woodwinked. To be fair, I don't wear it that much. But yeah, this is a beautiful colour. Everyone says it's brown. It's in no way brown. Look at that. It's gold. It really is a bronzy gold. And it is beautiful, granted. So if I put it on, it's definitely a bronzy gold. You can see that. It has lovely shimmers. It's a Velux pearl. And I think it's beautiful, but I don't use it very much because if I use it in the crease, it just makes me look really gold and it doesn't look good. But it is a lovely colour. I do recommend having this colour because when you do a neutral eye, you can pop a little bit of this in between your crease colour and outer colour and the lid colour, and it gives it a really nice pop of gold. But look what I just did to it. It's so annoying. This is a luster, which usually aren't very nice, but this is gorgeous and this is tempting. And basically, if you swirl it in and tap off your brush, most of the glitter comes out anyway, it doesn't go anywhere. And this is a beautiful, gorgeous brown. You can see that there. I think it's called like rich cocoa is how they describe it. Oh, it's just stunning, and it's got such a lovely sheen to it. I don't really like matte colours that much. See that? It's a beautiful brown, and it creates such a lovely neutral eye. One of my most recent colours, but I do love neutrals, and I love experimenting with all the different types of brown because there are so many different types. So I love tempting. The next one is also a luster, and I've hardly touched this. I don't know if you can tell. Basically, this is Mythology, and I thought it was antiqued, which is a dark brown, but this is a crowning copper, as they like to call it. And you know, copper does not look good on blue eyes because it makes you look like you've been rubbing your eyes, you've got red eyes. It looks awful. And also, this is a luster and the fallout is unreal. I don't like it at all. Like, it's basically the colour of, it's basically like having ginger hair on your eyes. It just doesn't work with my skin colour, my eye colour. Someone, if you can tell me how to make it work, like I said with the Woodwinked one, you kind of pop a little bit in, then tell me, because I want to use it, you know, I paid money for this. I don't want it to go to waste. This is the other colour that I bought for the first time with Naked Lunch, and this is Sable, and this is also Frost, and this is one of my favourite browns. You can see loads of bits have fallen off from like damage putting them in the palette, which hasn't happened to any of the others, but this one seems to be a very like weak eyeshadow, if that makes any sense. But anyway, this is a gorgeous brown, honestly one of my favourites, and it's got brilliant pigmentation. It's kind of got a plummy base to it as well, beautiful shimmer, creates such a beautiful neutral eye that everyone can get away with. And I originally bought this because Lollipop26 recommended it, but she's quit YouTube now, which is so sad. But that's such a beautiful brown colour. Oh, I love it. The next one is another fairly new colour, but I love this as well. And this is a brilliant brown colour. I've wanted it for ages. And this is Satin Taupe. It looks really dark, but it's kind of, I'd kind of call it a mix between a brown and a grey, if that makes sense. Because I guess people always say taupe, but I'm always like, what is taupe? I never know what it is, but this is taupe. And it's a lovely dark brown that doesn't have as much kind of red pigmentation in it. So this has a lovely shimmer as well. So this is Sable, you see it's quite reddy coloured, and this is Satin Taupe, which you can see is just kind of a grey brown. It's kind of like a rusty brown. I don't know how to describe it, but it's not like any of the others I own. I love this colour. This colour I think is my all-time favourite because it's just so beautiful. This is Trax and it's a velvet, and my brother bought me this as well because he bought me like 3 purpley pink colours, and I think it's the golden shimmer that runs through it. You can see that there. It's just so beautiful. I just can't stop staring at it, and it blends perfectly. Much more colour comes out when you use a brush compared to when you use your finger, as I'm discovering now. But can you see, look at all that shimmer. It doesn't fall out either. It's not like crazy fallout. It's like pinky goldy shimmer with a beautiful purple underbase. I don't think it's showing up properly, but basically this is the most beautiful eyeshadow colour in the world. Another purple here is Sketch, and it looks like I've hardly used it, but it's because I've only really used it for liner and putting a tiny bit in the outer corner. And this is a velvet as well, and it's got shimmer in it, you can see there, but only slightly. It's a very dark colour, and it doesn't have intense pigmentation. You can see there, you kind of have to rub quite a bit. Actually, they're both velvets and you have to rub quite a bit for colour, so maybe it's just the formula. I'm not big on formulas, I don't know what they mean. But it's this very dark colour here. You can see why I only really use it for liner, because I guess you could kind of like put it in your outer corner, but that kind of scares me a little bit. The last one in my palette actually, so we've gone through my whole palette, is, oh my god, my nails! This is Carbon, which is a matte black, and in case you don't know what matte black is, there are swatches in my haul, but this is fine. It's a matte colour, and look at it on my fingerprint. Can you see that? But anyway, brilliant colour, lots of pigmentation, very easy to blend, and I sometimes find blacks can't blend, which really irritates me because black is such a difficult colour to work with sometimes, but this black is brilliant. So that's my whole 15 palette. Phloof, Shroom, Brule, Yoghurt, Naked Lunch, All That Glitters, Arena, Woodwinked, Tempting, Mythology, Sable, Satin Taupe, Trax, Sketch and Carbon. I hope you like the layout. And then the last one is just 4 colours here that don't really fit in, and these are pinks, greens and kind of a greeny brown, which is Club, which is a duochrome. Oh, I did test it out with water the other day and it just comes out like this, green really, but I don't know how you'd really wear it wet without using Fix Plus. So this is, I should probably take them out for you, shouldn't I? Let's keep it all fair. I hardly use this one as well. This is the other one my brother got me. This is Bling, and it's a Velux Pearl. And it's actually a really nice colour because, as you can see, it's so shimmery. It's not actually that pink. Like I guess you could build it up to be really pink, but it just gives a really nice flush of colour over the lid. So I think I should actually use this some more because it's a really, really lovely colour and I do like this. And then the other one I have that's pink, it's like crazy pink, is Sushi Flower, and I bought this ages ago and it's satin. And I really like doing a look with Naked Lunch, Sushi Flower, Phloof and Sketch. So it goes like Naked Lunch, Sushi Flower and Phloof on my lid, and then, oh my god, sorry. So it goes Naked Lunch, Sushi Flower and Sketch on my lid, and then Phloof kind of in the highlight. And if you blend them all together, it turns out beautiful because Sushi Flower is pretty. It's kind of like a reddy pink. I'm trying to find room. It's very pigmented, like you've got to be extremely careful with it because I'm not a big pink wearer, but I really like purples, so if you add a little bit of this into the look, it's just stunning. This next colour is beautiful. This is Humid. I don't know what formula this is because once again it's the one with the magnet. It's the most beautiful and wearable green. It's in my Girl with Green Eyes video that's had loads of views actually. And it's just stunning. You can make it such a wearable colour. It doesn't need to be dark and mossy. It can just be just really pretty. You can see it there. It's a gorgeous colour. It has a slight sheen to it, but nothing like crazy. I think it's beautiful. And then the last colour that I have, so I own 19 MAC eyeshadows, but I know they're expensive, guys, and I know only 17, but lots of them are gifts and stuff like that. And when I do work, I save up my money for these things. I love it. I much prefer it to, I don't know, like going to the cinema every week or something. I still live, obviously, but it's something I love to do. Right, this is Club, and this is duochrome. You can see it's actually a very kind of nice brown colour. Oh, it's so weird. It's green, and then you put it on, and it's just brown. It's a reddy brown, and then if you put loads on or apply it wet, the green comes back out in it. But you can see how pigmented that is. It just slides right down. And yeah, you can see that's a brown there. So this is my quad. You can just have a quick peek at that. So I hope you enjoyed that video, guys. I'm like covered in eyeshadow swatches now. I just have to wipe that off. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you guys later. Bye.